Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Want to welcome you all to tonight's webinar. Unfortunately, some of the guys from last week couldn't be on. They had other family obligations and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and conduct this week's webinar. I've spent the majority of the week just going through the back office, working with a bunch of people. I have a bunch of new team members now, and just basically teaching them the art of attraction marketing. A lot of you all here came in simply because of the attraction marketing model. And I want you all to basically follow along with me. I'm going to share some things that I found in the back office that I thought were pretty helpful, but also just going through that Get Started tab. We don't skip steps. Even the guys that are in their mastery levels, we sit there and we go through all of the training. We follow step by step. We don't get ahead of ourselves. And that's the most important part of all of this training. So I put together a brief PowerPoint. You all may have watched the video, but sometimes a different voice makes a difference. And maybe I can break it down a little bit better for some of you all and just help everybody out. You know, that's what we're here for. So I'm going to go ahead and get this PowerPoint started. All right. So what we have is, and a lot of us want to know what attraction marketing is, but it's basically building your brand. You want to get to the point where you're not hunting people down and chasing down your family members, things of that nature, trying to seek out prospects. So we've basically developed this attraction marketing method. So some people say, what is attraction marketing? Attraction marketing is a strategy basically that magnetically attracts someone or attracts the most qualified prospects to you and your business. And that simply means, you know, we're no longer just heading out seeking and chasing after our prospects. We use this attraction marketing to make people come to us before we actually approach them. And it's really the way to get people to come to you is to provide some sort of value to them. You know, I always tell people when you go out to a food court, you have people standing there offering you food. And a lot of times people won't take the sample because it's not something we actively sought after. But if you walk up to that same place and you want to eat there, you'll ask for every sample they have. So we basically have to get to the point where we are the ones that are sought after. We're now the prey. We're not the hunter. We're the hunted. And that's what this attraction marketing model does. And this is what we all have to learn how to do if we want to grow our businesses. And this is the most important thing. Leading with valuable information that addresses a major problem or challenge for our target market. Now, a lot of people say, well, who's our target market? And the target market is basically us. You know, we're in the industry where 95 to 98% of the people are failing, which means we have a large base of people that we can reach out to. We don't have to go and try to turn people with the average mindset, you know, no offense to anyone, into network marketers or try to turn them into home-based business owners. The fact is most people are used to taking orders, so they're perfectly fine with being somebody's employee. They feel privileged that they get some days off every year, that they collect a paycheck. That's their glory. But, you know, we have existing home-based business owners. We don't have to convince them to believe in what they're trying to do or to fight for their product or fight for their business. You also have the people that are struggling, people that hit plateaus. You know, they were achieving, then they hit a brick wall. And now they're online, you know, searching for leads, looking at buying leads. They're looking at all these systems, things of that nature, because they don't want to put in the work. Everybody wants a quick fix. Well, these are the people who we can target, as well as people that are considering starting a home-based business because what? We provide training. Now, how do we start to attract these people? You know, I go on different sites all day and I just look around. And if you guys are online, start searching some different sites, maybe, you know, home-based business opportunity. These are groups that you can go to on Facebook. And you'll see that all people do is sit there and spam all day. They just keep posting their business opportunity and posting and posting and posting. And this is something that a lot of us have gotten into the bad habit of, is basically passive marketing. So that I am going to cut out of that for a second, that I found in the back office that I thought would be pretty useful. And it's basically a, if you all want to follow along with me, that's fine. But if you go into your training tab, under marketing strategies, you'll be able to scroll down. I'm going to share this with you in 1 second. Just let me pull it up. There's a section called Get Leads Today. And I watched this the other day, and it basically, it showed me something. I'm sorry, guys. Let me cut back to it. It showed me a few things, and it put a lot of things in perspective with the way people are marketing. You know, we all want to post things on Facebook, you know, and hope people reach out to us. So I'm going to play this brief video, and I'll try to fast forward through to the important points. So here we go.
So what you're going to learn about clarity on the internet, MLM and making money. What is real? You know, a lot of times I talk to somebody and I don't think they have realistic expectations. You know, they want certain things that you just don't typically have when you're brand new. I'm going to share with you 10 different, and let me tell you, these are very different lead generation tactics. You see, I am standing on the shoulders of giants. I'm standing on the shoulders of great marketers. MLSP has the best marketers on planet Earth, and so here they're asking me to talk about lead generation, the non-techie guy, and when they've already had so many amazing trainings on generating leads, so I have to be a little creative. So you're going to see some creative ways to generate leads, but the couple things that I guarantee is they do work, and they do duplicate, which is so much more important. Some of these are online, and I can already hear
talking, because you want them to figure out, you know, to help you figure out their problem, one, but it makes it a little easier for you to solve it if you're listening more than talking. So basically, you're providing these people with value, and you're giving them what they seek. You can instantly build some rapport, trust, and confidence with your prospect if you help them solve any specific problem. It can be the smallest problem, but to them it's huge because it shows some type of gain, or it gives them a sense of hope again. And the end result is the trust you develop now makes you the prey. You're now hunted because you're valuable. And we all know that word of mouth is the best marketing. You know, your leads will begin to grow if you follow these guidelines, is what, you know, most of us like to think. But then there's those things that a lot of us were not computer literate. You know, you have ad tracking, you have your analytics. Did you set up an autoresponder to keep in touch with them? Did you, conduct your follow-ups? If you had 10 leads today, did you call all 10? Did you leave an email? Did you leave a voice message? We have websites that convert for you, etc. But that's going to be the basis of some of our training tonight. We're just going to walk everybody through basically setting up your MLSP campaign, and to show you that it's very simple. And then I'm going to show you an example of a campaign I've set up for new leads that I'm generating using my marketing strategy. So let's get busy. I'm going to give everybody about 30 seconds to go ahead and log into your back office on MLSP. All right. So I'm going into my back office on MLSP. And let me check the fan page. Let me see if you all can see my screen. And I'm basically going to walk you through setting up a simple campaign. Depending on what level you are within the system, it depends on how long your video can be, how much video, if you want to put video on. I did create a campaign earlier with my own face on it, and I'm finding that it's converting a lot better than just some of the speakers that get on there, because people feel a little more personal, and they're able to put a face with a name. So I hope some of the admins are on here so they can see. All right. Okay, let's go into setting up our campaign. So we're all going to go And if you can follow my voice, I'll walk you through it. That way you don't have to keep switching between your screens. From our back office, we're going to go over to the My Websites tab. From there, we're going to take it down to Campaign Management. All right, these are some of the campaigns I've created because I have all different types of people that I'm targeting, different types of groups and different ways I want to set this up. But for the sake of what we're doing, we're going to all start anew. So you're going to click the Create New Campaign over here on your right. Now from there, we're going to pick a campaign name. So we're just going to call this S Superior Network Marketers Test Campaign. And for you all, if this is your first time making a campaign, you're going to go ahead and name it whatever you want. If it's for your primary company, if it's just for your leads, just give it a name that you'll remember because they're not going to see the name of this campaign. You can even give it a description just to help you remember what it's going to be used for. So for me, it's just going to be a test campaign setup. Now, when you're doing your branding, and this is something that we'll go over briefly, if you have your own domain name, you can brand your site. For me, I have my own domain name, so it links directly to my MLSP campaign simply because it's more attractive. So for me, if I go in and put in my leadmasterybootcamp.com, it's going to pull up a capture page. All right. So now, just to show you what that default web address is, if you have if you do have your own domain name, we're able to link it to your MLSP. And once again, I will show you all that after we go through this setup. So don't worry about your site settings. Don't worry about your branding for now. Now we're going to go down to group name. And the group name is typically going to be the same as we set up for your campaign name, because this is what's going to show up in your MLSP back office. So we'll go once again, Superior Network Marketing Campaign Test, or Test Campaign. Now we're going to select the theme. And just from the training that I've been through and some of the tests I've run, people are attracted to red more so than blue. And if you find yourself not getting a lot of opt-ins, then switch it from blue to red or red to blue. So what we'll do here is we'll just go up to black background with red. Now let's select a lead page template. And this is where you can kind of get a little more versatility in your capture page. And you can just go through and select different capture pages. So once you select that lead page template, you can actually view it by clicking the preview button. So if you click the competitor system, it's going to open up and it's basically going to show you what your backdrop or what your capture page is going to look like when your prospects send it. I personally like this campaign because a lot of people are out here spending money on leads and different systems, just trying to find a quick fix. And I like this one because there's not too much customizing that you have to do. The gentleman here, Norbert, does a good job of breaking down the fact that, you know, basically these people need to see what we have first before they move on and start buying things from other people. And now they simply come down and they opt in. So I'm going to give everybody about, let's say about 45 seconds. We're going to go through some different campaigns and you can kind of figure out, you know, which one you may like to use. Another one that's good is this MLSP free presentation. A lot of people use this as their standard because it basically, it can target different network marketing companies. And I'm going to show you guys a trick that I learned about this specific capture page. I can make it specific to any network marketing company. So I'm going to show you how that works. So you all stay in your campaign, and I'm going to do a screen share to show you all how we can customize that specific campaign. So let me go in and try to pull this campaign up. This was a neat little trick I learned earlier. So I'm just gonna set this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna set up the campaign that we started doing, and I'm gonna use that video. And it was kind of neat because, you know, if you're an OrganoGold rep and you want to target people in OrganoGold, then you can actually input OrganoGold on the end of the link, and it'll actually fit it into that heading. So it'll change the name of the business. So let's just go S&M test campaign. Group name is S&M test campaign. So while I'm setting this up, guys, you go ahead and, you know, find a layout that you like, and I'll basically buzz you and let you know that I have this thing set up so I can show you this trick once you generate your link. So we're going to do the welcome page, and we're going to promote mastery for the sake of promoting mastery. So now that I have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and save my campaign. Okay, now I have my campaign here. And let me downsize the screen so I can see all of my options. So I have my campaign here, which is my Superior Network Marketers test campaign. I'm going to click on that. And if you see, anytime you create a campaign, it develops a campaign link. Or if you want a short campaign link, it has it at the top. So what I'm going to do is copy this and paste it in a new browser. And this thing kind of tripped me out when I saw it. So let's say Superior Network Marketers. We're going to call that our MLM. If you look now, it's been customized. If you look here, it says Superior Network Marketers Reps. How to get 19 checks per month, earning upwards of $5.19 a day, personally sponsor 107 reps into your Superior Network Marketers business. So now you have directly targeted a group. Once you create this campaign, any name, you can put a person's name in the campaign. If it's just a whole group, we can target whole groups by simply just putting in a slash in the name of that group. So I wanted to show you all that. So now let's back up and continue going through helping you set up this campaign or this capture page, because this is going to be one of the most important parts of your network marketing, is having a catchy campaign. And yes, they are customizable, but for the sake of time, right now we're all just going to work together and just find something basic that works. So like I told you, the one that I love to use is here, the MLSP free presentation. I like that one. It gets people thinking outside of the box, not just about their business. And once again, that's the one we just played with the name of the business. Then we have our welcome page. On your welcome page, you're actually able to pick between different videos. Once you actually create your campaign, it's a little harder to go back in to edit it. And then your sales page, you're basically picking what level of membership you want to promote. A lot of people like to do the academy because of the the low cost, but it's only 3 days of membership. The gold is $9.97 for 2 weeks. Some people prefer having 2 weeks. That way they give themselves time. They can allot for an emergency here or there. If they get tired one day, they're not worried about fitting everything into that 3 days. I can assure you that people see the value in this system when they actually use it. And that's one thing about it that we don't have to worry about. The mastery is for those people who basically put it all on the line. They throw it all on the table. They're in it to win it. So now that we have those campaigns set up, let's test them. So now I want you to go back and go to My Websites. You're going to go down to Campaign Management. We're going to click on the campaign we created, which mine was the Superior Network Marketer test campaign. And now we have this page here. You have a QR code that you can copy and put into any link that people can use. You have your short code. So I always like to use my short code because it covers up that 7-figure mastermind team. And that's one thing we're going to cover next is basically masking your URL and hiding your links. Because a lot of times people won't click on your links because they look spamish. 7-figure mastermind, if that came across my computer screen, I'd probably think it was spam. All right. So now I'm just going to simply take this and let's see if I can get it put into the group. So what I want you all to do, let's get the administrators working. Take your short code and post it into the group up under the live broadcast where we have live broadcast with the YouTube channel. Post your link under there and let's just see, everybody can click through and look at each other's links and see what type of capture pages. I see mine has already been posted. And let's see what kind of capture pages people come up with. Let's get a little bit of interaction here. All right, let's see what you guys got out there. I don't see anybody posting. We still setting these things up. All right. Okay, I'll check back periodically on that. Let's keep moving along. Okay, so the next thing we might want to do, which is something I highly recommend, when we get into branding ourselves, you should have your own domain name. Now, some people don't know a lot about the internet. They're not real tech savvy, but having your own domain name can actually probably improve your business by at least 30%, because now people see a real .com. People are really skeptical about buying Nike or any type of brand name outside of a store that they've seen it before. So it's the same way in this business. When you start having 7-figure mastermind and some of these links with more than one dot in it, it kind of draws suspicion from people because that's not a normal link. It's Nike.com, not sneakers.nike.basketball.com. So it really plays more into the appeal of the brain and the way people think. So for me, I use GoDaddy.com simply because when I used it, I got my domain name for $1.17, which for some of us is less than a cup of coffee, a pack of gum, etc. But this domain name can be very, very, very important. So for all of the people that do have domain names, if you haven't figured out how to mask your domain name, which basically makes that 7-figure mastermind go away and it's now your .com that you can send people to. And the beauty of it is you can customize it so that it goes to specific campaigns. And let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to log in and show you all how to mask your domain, which is a very important part of branding yourself, is having your own domain. A lot of times people won't reply to a regular email because it's Gmail. They don't expect the person that's in business or a successful businessman to use a Gmail account when you're dealing with certain people, not all. So now I'm going to log into my GoDaddy back office. And I have my domains here. So if you have GoDaddy, you can probably follow along, but it's a very simple process with any domain name or place that you host your websites. It's very simple to mask your domain. So as you see here, I have 3 different domains. I have a Jumpstart MCA, which is another company I'm in, but we're not going to get into that. But that was part of my branding process, was building a website, because it makes me stand out from everybody else walking around with sheets of paper and flashing money and all of those things people like to do. Professional website a lot of times will stand out more. So let's select Lead Mastery Bootcamp for the sake of MLSP, because that's where I mask my domain name. So I'm going to click on forward. And now when I open up Forward, as you can see here, you see my 7-figure mastermind. And it's called Forward Masking. So if you have GoDaddy, going into this Forward folder, you'll have two options. Your first option will be to forward, just to forward. Now with that, you're simply going to take and copy and paste your campaign URL or link into the forward. Now what happens when you actually go to your .com, for example, mine is Lead Mastery Bootcamp. Now let's see, I'll edit it. Hopefully it comes back. So forward only. You'll see forward only. And it'll ask you, do you want to permanently or temporarily forward this domain there? Now with that, when you type in the link, the old link will show up. So you don't just want to forward only. You always want to click on advanced options when you're in GoDaddy or any other system, and you want to forward with masking, because now it covers up that domain name, that old link that's so long, 7figuremastermindteam.com/this/that. And it makes it easier for your prospects to remember. And one thing of advice I want to give you, if you try to go get a domain name and the .com is gone, search for a new name, simply because if someone forgets to go to .net or .org, then your customer or your prospect may be going to someone else in your same line of business or a different business, because most people know .com. .org and .net are not that common. All right? To the common person, I should say. So as you see here, I'm able to make keywords so that when people search certain things, maybe I get rank ordered on Google, which is something I'm learning about now, is learning how to get search engine rankings. You give it a little description. I like to use stop spamming, so people stop posting stuff all over the place and really start targeting and to start marketing. Okay, so that's just a really, really quick tutorial on how to brand or how to mask your domain name. Okay, so now that we have our campaign, now you really want to work on building what we talked about in attraction marketing, and that's just really building your brand. You know, if you have different groups that you go into, you know, a lot of our primary companies have groups that we can go into and talk to people. Don't just rush in and throw your affiliate links on there. Nobody's attracted to that. Once again, now we're back to spamming. You know, and let's see. I'll try to go through and see if we can find something in one of the groups I'm in, just so you all can kind of see the type of dialogue that we should be creating with people so that we can help. Because a lot of times people are resilient to help. This is one group that I, you know, have went in and I've helped some people get some sales in these companies, things of that nature. But you see people crying out for help all the time. And that's the site administrator. Don't pay her any attention. We had a little falling out, but things are better now. But now, you know, you're basically just scrolling through. If you can find a post to, you know, that has a lot of engagement, those are the type of things we want to do, because we want to start to get people to gravitate to us. Let's see what we can find in here. It's looking like a pretty good day. Oh, here we go. Value post. One thing about a lot of companies is sometimes people don't know the ins and outs. Something as simple as that, get you a few likes, you know, try to create good dialogue within these groups. And here we go. Now we have a distress signal right here. Mr. Elliot Taylor. So he needs help. He signed up a few months ago, but he's just now deciding to take action. So he basically got involved in something he really wasn't mentally ready to do, or he just couldn't. So now he's purchased two systems, Easy Money Method and this AST, but he's lost. He doesn't know what he's doing. So we could be the people, or you could be the person that provides some type of value to him that teaches him how to run his own system. You know, a lot of times people get in these businesses and they just buy stuff and buy stuff and buy stuff with no intentions of learning how to use it and nobody to show them. So as you see, he's pretty much purchased the product and nobody wants to show him how to use it. So that's the type of things that we want to look for, because now he could be on the verge of quitting, but he can also be a potential excellent network marketer if he has some guidance. So those are the type of things that we want to look for. And as you see, nobody here is in a hurry to help him, because simply that system AST is developed by this woman here. So she's already made her money. So she basically directed him to a video and told him to set his campaign up, which is, you know, sometimes we all just need a little helping hand. So I just wanted to show you all that. You know, we're running a little late on time. I'm just going to see if I can find some little small tidbits of information to help you all out with, just from what I'm doing. What I will do is show you all the campaign that I set up now that I have gotten, you know, a little more versed. And one piece of advice I'd like to give you all is once you get through your Start Here tab and you come to Academy and you go through all of your steps, the system's going to tell you to pick one method of marketing, okay? You're going to come right here to your marketing strategies. Scroll down and pick your method. Perfect your method. One or two methods. But get good at them before you start to venture out into anything else. Don't skip steps, don't cut corners, and you will see your results, okay? So what I wanted to show you finally before we get off of here is just a campaign that I set up. And these campaigns are fully customizable. And this will be something maybe I'll go into next time with campaigns, is customizing your campaigns and showing you how to add more things. So this is a campaign I decided to do for another company. Like I say, that's neither here nor there. I just want to show you the functionality and the features of this campaign. So for that sake, I'll just copy the short code here and post it in this browser. And as you see, it's a campaign that's basically branded by myself, and it gives the people instructions. All right. They can now put a face with a voice, voice with a face. It's a little more personal. And now you direct them to what you want them to do. If you want them to take action, you tell them. It's just a little more custom than a regular campaign. So let's throw in a good name. Test. Test at AOL.com. If you ever want to see how your campaigns play out, this is what you do. And of course, the traditional 555 movie phone number. We're going to get our access. So now it's another custom video. You can now, if you want, depending on what company you're in, when you get to these levels, I believe the gold level, where you can really incorporate and customize your capture pages, you can really get into not using those corporate company websites, which is something that I wanted to get away from, because a lot of times they turn people off. So I just wanted to show you all just a custom campaign and show you how it works. So now the person can come in and in 9 minutes they can view the presentation for the company. And if they want to get started, you can customize this thing so much that if a person wanted to get started, they can actually click in your back office and go to your sign-up pages. Okay? Now that opens in a separate window. As you see, once again, I brand myself by putting my picture on everything I can put a picture in, because people want, you know, people love it. And another thing, try to use pictures of you smiling. All right? Now, for the sake of those people that love free stuff, that love a bonus, I added this extra sign here simply because I still want to be able to attract this person to MLSP some way, somehow. So what did I do? I included a training here, in which this simply invites them to our weekly webinars that we have. So when we have our welcome calls, this may be a good backup system for you to use with your prospects, because not only that, it's going to give them a free training for opting into it. And it also shows them the value of our company without you having to pitch to them. Okay? So that's one thing. And then also, if they want access to more training or to training, this is for that nosy person that likes to click on everything.
Get excited,
well,
because over the next
now we're going to try to loop them into MLSP. So what we have to do is, in this attraction marketing scheme, is basically become a double-edged sword.
your business.
You're no longer just going after people trying to mold them into network marketers or home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, etc. We have a big crowd of people that we're all starting to learn how to attract to us. Don't be afraid. You know, you're still going to have your people. Don't dive in too fast. Just really take your time, get to know these people, find out what their problems are, build relationships. Most importantly, this is network marketing, and welcome them to your system. Help them with something. You have to help people with something so they see your value. It's not about who you know, like Rob put up the other day. It's about who knows you. So now you have to start becoming the person that's sought after. Like we go looking for a lot of these motivational speakers, Robert Kiyosaki, Michelle Pesco-Salido. People know them. It's not about who they know. So we're all using this system. Don't skip steps. It works. I promise. You know, we talk each and every day about our ads that we're running and seeing what type of click-through rate we're getting, because we're basically students of the game. And we're trying to figure out what works best for us. You know, some of us have click-through rates. Daryl had like 120-something% click-through rate, but he had no opt-ins. Just like if you look at this ad here. If you watch any of your trainings, you'll learn that if you have a CTR that's 0.10, then you're doing good as a beginner. If it's 0.30, you're doing great. If it's 0.40, then you're excellent. Well, this click-through rate is at 1.2%. And it's simply attraction marketing. You know, I'm pulling people to my page that I don't know, that want to see what I have to offer. So when you start to click on these things, now we can track everything about this ad. How many people it's reached, how many actions. Those are usually going to be your likes or click-throughs, your clicks, your rate. And I might spend $1 a day, but I may have 2,000 new people coming through my page every day, which now those 2,000 people are people that wanted to be on my page. And just to show you this is another attraction marketing thing. If you've ever seen that Geico commercial with the lion, I simply posted a picture of the lion. Use things that attract people. I used to do attraction ads where I put up a picture of a sexy lady and people would come read the ad because people are attracted to what they see. And as you see here, this ad has done very well. It's only been running for a few days. When I initially put this ad up, it had a 700% click-through rate, but I've slowed it down. But as you can see, this ad has reached out to 35,000 people. I've generated 43 actions from this ad, which a lot of them are likes on pages, views of presentations, opt-ins for leads. And you know, you just really get to see what your ads are doing, what, you know, how do you need to tweak this thing. And so, you know, this is all just a part of attraction marketing, guys. I just want you to see that it works. We're not sitting here blowing smoke up, you know, it works. The things we're doing work. The things, and you all have access to the same stuff. You know, give us a call if you need help. Put up a post on the page. Don't be so quiet. We're here. We help. So I just wanted to show you all that. I thank you all for getting on this webinar. Hopefully we can get some good dialogue going on the page, on the group page. For my new member, Neil, I'm going to add you to the page, and welcome to the family. You guys have a good night. This webinar is officially done.